Hey, good morning. Woo! It's been a week. It's been a week of happenings. It's been incredible. And I want to shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for watching me. I really do appreciate it. I've been streaming a lot of these events, and it's so fun to have you all there. And even if you can't watch the stream live, I appreciate you watching it afterwards. It's a community, and there's a lot of negative things, but there's a lot of white pills, and I feel like something has changed ever since Trump was almost assassinated. I don't know. I just feel it in the air, like something has snapped with people, and I don't want to get corny, and I that's always a problem. Oh, you got to be corny, and sometimes I want to be corny. Okay, I want to be corny. I want to believe in the old America. I want to believe there's still good American people out there, and we can overcome odds. Yeah, I know that's corny. It may be unrealistic, and I'll go back to my cynical ways. Don't worry about it. But I want to believe that. I really do. And seeing Trump, how he survived that assassination attempt and how defiant he was, you can't fake that. He didn't like script it. He didn't have a PR person script that. Although I think 30% of Democrats believe a conspiracy, he faked it. But when you're hit like that, the natural response is to flee, to run. What the hell? I've been hit by a bullet. And Trump said he immediately knew he'd been hit by a bullet. Your first instinct is to get the hell out of there. Not Trump. He stood up and was defiant and yelled, "Fight, fight, fight." That's amazing. That shows the nature of a man. And I saw the speech last night with Trump and the whole led up to that, or the introductions. And first of all, Hulk Hogan being there was fun. I think you need some of that. And it was great to see Franklin Graham, I think he is, Billy Graham's son there. And he spoke and he gave a Christian prayer. He mentioned Jesus. Probably made Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro must be having a hard time at this convention. First, J.D. Vance the night prior talked about America is just not a concept. It's actually a real people. Oh, what do you mean by that? And then Franklin Graham is mentioning Jesus Christ. Oh, that burns. So that was funny. So that's some white pills, right? That's some white pills. I thought Eric Trump's son, I really never heard him speak before. I like him better than Don Jr. I think he's a better speaker. That was probably the best speech of the convention, was Eric Trump. That's how good it was. And there were some good speeches. Trump's speech, I thought is what was needed. The first thing that hit you with the speech, and it hit me because it was long. It was a very long speech. In fact, it was the longest speech in convention history. And a lot of people say that is a negative, and it is, because you never, when you want to do a speech or you're in show business, you always want leave the audience wanting more. You don't want them to start looking at their watches. And I think a lot of people were looking at the clock last night. I was getting tired. It's been a long day, a long week, and I was looking at the clock, and Trump was rambling on. But my God, here's a 78-year-old man who has just been shot in the head, the ear, and he is standing there and doing this long speech. The stamina necessary for that is amazing. Do you think Biden could do that? I mean, there's no way. There's no way Biden could stand up and deliver a speech that long. There's just no way. I don't even know how Biden, assuming he's a nominee, will be able to do an acceptance speech. Yeah, he'll have a teleprompter, but it better be pretty short, and he's probably going to get pretty confused. Now, the speech itself, it opened up, I thought, really touching, where he talked about the assassination attempt, his memories of it, and then he gave the tribute to the fireman that was murdered by that Democrat supporter, Thomas Crooks. And some people could say it was a little corny, but I don't think it was meant that way. I think it was really touching. I mean, a guy lost his life because he just happened to attend a political rally in the United States of America. This is how deranged the left has become with their political violence. And it was sad. The guy had a wife that loved him and two little children. It shouldn't have been that way. So I thought that was good. And then Trump went on You can tell when Trump goes off the teleprompter. In some ways, he's better. Unlike Biden, when Biden goes off the teleprompter, it's just a total train wreck. It can be funny unintentionally. Trump, though, when he goes off the teleprompter, he can a little bit repeat himself. And that's one of the reasons the speech went so long, is he was repeating the same themes, which is okay. It got a little long, but the points he made, I thought, were good. For the most part, he talked about the immigration as an invasion. I've been using that language. Language is important. The left understands this. They're not undocumented migrants. They're illegal aliens that are invading our country like an army is. And that's literally what it is. And thank God he used that terminology. And it was good to see that he talked heavily about immigration. That's our number one issue, because if we don't have our people anymore, if we're replaced by criminals from Venezuela or Ecuador, what's the point of all this? He went hard against this stupid green scam, big time hard. And this could lead to the example for the world. It's been a disaster. It's based on a bunch of bullshit. The billionaires don't even believe in the green stuff personally. They don't believe in this climate change. Oh, they say they do, but they buy their mega yachts. They still have their private jets. I'm looking at you, Bill Gates. They have their fleet of private jets they're not going to give up. So screw up. If they're not going to make changes in their lives, they don't really believe it. They just want to keep us peasants down. And what I loved about Trump, especially at the end, he had the message of we should expect more. We should expect a better life in the future. Whereas the Democrat message is very dark. It's like, oh, we gotta scale down. We gotta live in a little unit and eat the bugs and maybe just have a little bit of electricity. And then, like California, have all these brownouts because of green energy. And no, we should be prosperous. We should be free. Should be our goal. And I thought that was a great message by Trump. And he had a great, the thing I really like too, he's talking about, we got to eliminate taxes on tips. And I'm like, yeah, because everything I do is based on tips, right? I get a super chat, that's a tip. So yeah, I like that. So I hope that's the case. He didn't hardly mention Ukraine at all. And that was that was really good. He talked about how he'd be tough and strong, but he really didn't mention too much the Ukrainian war. And he really didn't get so much into Israel. Yeah, he mentioned the attacks in Israel, but both Trump and J.D. Vance, I got to give him this. It usually is just this orgy of love for Israel. I didn't really hear it that much anymore. No, don't get me wrong. It's not like they've turned on Israel, but I think they're reading the room pretty good. And so we're making a lot of progress there. Yeah, the speech sort of was the cap of a long week. Today's Friday, but it felt like already the week was over yesterday. Just so many events. And Trump did make me proud to be American. He really did. And that could sound corny, and I know. And I've given the message how America's falling apart. Do I think America, the Republic, will last? No, I don't. I don't know if there's a way forward for America. I think we're just going to break apart. Could be a civil war. I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be tough times, I think, just because of the demographics. And it's still even going to be tough for Trump to win because, the Democrats, by any means necessary, they will throw their opponents in jail. He could still end up in jail. They could try to engineer another assassination attempt. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think they will now. You get your one chance in a few minutes. If you're going to kill the king, you better kill him the first chance. Otherwise, you got troubles. So, but there's a lot of ways that the Democrats could still kind of screw this over. They could replace Biden, put someone in, and the media hype them as more popular. Who knows? So I'm intellectually, I'm pessimistic. But in my spirit, I still believe there's hope. I want to believe there's hope. Maybe I'm being deluded. And that's, I think, what Trump gives us. He represents hope of the Republic, the America I knew as a child, that many of us knew, that the way we can be. I know it's kind of cliche and silly to say the city on the hill, the shining city on the hill, but there's some truth to that. I want us to be proud that the America that could send men to the moon, that has competency, not just an incompetent third worlders bringing everything down with DEI. I want to see the old America. And Trump represents that. Is it just a dream, us, implementing that? Yeah, probably. But let me have my hope for today. I'm going to have my hope for today. I'm sure I'll be cynical the next day with everyone else, but as of today, I was moved by the speech, even though it was long, and I wish Trump the best. Talk to you guys later.